Already stuffed like a pheasant at launch, since then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been enriching our feast with cartfuls of mostly free DLC updates. And the plates are still coming. There's a whole post-launch roadmap of more on the way. Welcome returning Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 fans, I'll get to you in a minute. But first, I want to talk to the whelps. The ones who still haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 yet. Why? You got an allergy to critically acclaimed RPGs praised for their depth, immersion, combat, visuals, writing and story? Hast thou an aversion to Henry of Skalitz?
I'm Henry of Skalitz.
The returning protagonist you guide and grow through a deep simulation of historically accurate medieval realism? Dost thou find it repugnant to practice your trades, choose your fighting style, become famous or infamous, dance with maidens, ride horsey through the gorgeous countryside, cheat at dice to win badges? Is't thou afraid of the graft? Existing fans, help me out here. It's a banger, right? It's a banger. But don't worry, squires, I forgive ya. In fact, now's a great time to sink your teeth into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Or if you played it half to death much closer to launch, then the perfect time to come back to the table for another helping. We got horse racing, horseback archery, hardcore mode, barbers. This game is a feast for the thumbs, and the plates keep on coming. Today we're going to chat about what made KCD2 so popular, what's been added since launch, and what's coming down the pipeline. Here's the Knave's guide to getting back into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Sponsored by Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. KCD2 is set in a rich and immersive medieval world, lovingly crafted by Warhorse Studios with historic accuracy in mind. It features real locations, real weaponry, real gear, real sieges, and real activities too. KCD2 revels in the joy of earned achievement. If you want to be good with a bow, you need to practice. If you want to be liked, don't stink. If you want to win your fights, avoid a 5v1. The world is filled with these immersive, intuitive systems that will reward you for putting a little bit more thought in. Saying KCD2 was a critical success is a bit of an understatement. IGN gave it a 9, calling out the outstanding visuals and performance, the excellent melee combat, and the sheer amount of detail packed into the glorious landscapes, calling out the city of Kuttenberg as one of the wonders of the modern RPG world. But don't just trust the clergy. Peasants like you love this game right out the gate as well. 1 million copies were sold on release day, it hit 2 million just shy of 2 weeks after launch, and right now it's over 3 million. That's nearly as many times as I got ambushed by wolves. The post-launch roadmap is crammed to the horizon with upcoming content for the game, like Legacy of the Forge and Mysteria Ecclesiae. But let's take a deeper look at some of the stuff that's already waiting for you if you pick up KCD2 today. The Nomads camp west of Zeliov has got some new activities. You've spent long enough shut away with that alchemy set, you're not spending the summer indoors. Get outside and get some fresh air. Do as you're told. Organisers Bibrek and Mikolaj will be waiting for you at the Nomads camp, ready to pitch you their favourite horseplay. Bibrek will give you the chat about the thrill of shooting a bow from the back of your horse, and Mikolaj will do the same about the rush of horse racing. And this little double act needs you to pick a favourite. Boys, please don't make me choose. Look at you, you're both angels. You get to try your hand at both activities to break the impasse, so you can decide for yourself which activity is more worthy of your blessing. Or, you know, if you've raised a Henry that's chatty enough, maybe both. The mounted archery contests and the horse racing both take place across the gorgeous countryside in checkpointed race routes of varying difficulties and competition. And the highest levels of contest are no cakewalk. You are going to need proper training and equipment to stand a chance. But when you succeed, you'll nab yourself some fancy rewards in the flavour of new perks and equipment. Now, what button makes Henry go yeehaw? As fans will know, the quiet genius in the immersion of KCD2 is playing as Henry of Skalitz. You see, being an established character in the world makes Henry feel like much more of an authentic inhabitant of this world than a player-created one would. But that's a kick, isn't it? He is player-created. You get to dress him up, you get to choose what he's good at, you get to choose how he responds in his conversations and the choices he makes that affect the story. You get the kick of a character who feels honest to the game's setting and story, but you get to play a part in that story too. And guess what? Your part just got a little bigger. Added after launch, the Barber update adds a bunch of new hair and beard options for you to fine-tune your personal Henry. If you're playing a goody-goody knight, you could go for neat and clean cut. I hear they are nerds like that. If you're playing a naughty little knave, you could go a little scraggly. We don't have time for preening. It's your Henry, so it's your fun, but that fun ain't just for the barber chair either. There's plenty of fun to be had in the wardrobe as well. This game's got over 600 armour and clothing items to snuffle out and 16 equip slots. Which doublet goes best with my new hair? But if that sounds like a lot of admin, don't sweat it. You can save outfits from your items in your inventory and change all 16 slots simultaneously at the click of a button. So you've got no excuse to have a fit that looks sick as medieval hell. You'll find the barbers at the bathhouse by the inn in Trotsky and at Adam's bathhouse in Kuttenberg. Now, speaking of cutting it fine, speaking of cloak shave. How was that for a segue, huh? No, come on, don't click away. Now, if you didn't find enough satisfaction in the challenge of the base game, 1, see a therapist, there might be something going on there, and 2, they've added more challenge with hardcore mode, and it's deliciously KCD too. Come on, you must know by now this game's not just going to jack up the HP and make enemies hit like trucks. Nah, hardcore mode is much cleverer, much more devious than that. So if you've got more stones and cents and you're ready to give it a shot, just remember, it's a big commitment. Once you activate hardcore mode, you can't turn it back off, and there will be no autosaves. But besides that, the first difference you'll notice is the UI changes. Your location's not shown on the map, there's no never eat shredded wheat on the compass, cardinal directions if you grew up outside the UK, and guess what else? No fast travel. Get hoofing. How will I know where I am, I hear you ask? Well, swallow your pride because you're going to have to ask for directions, aren't you? And that system ain't as simple as it sounds either. Of course it's delicately woven into all the other systems. It's KCD too, isn't it? If you're a naughty little boy with a big bounty and you haven't washed in a week, then, maybe they're just going to tell you anything to make you go away. But if you're a little goody two, Greaves, and, you've been doing all the little nice things, then you might stand a better chance at getting the proper information out of them. But is that really worth it? In yet another masterful execution of player agency, you get to choose the specifics of your torture in hardcore mode. When you kick off, you'll need to select at least 3 perks that have negative effects on your poor little Henry. Heavy-footed makes Henry into an oaf who moves noisilier and wears out his shoes faster. Sweaty makes you stink more, and faster at that. Somnambulant makes Henry sleepwalk, so you might wake up in a random part of the map, which means you're really in the mud if you chose bashful, because that makes Henry too shy to ask for directions. Oh, that's enough immersive challenge for you? Well, sit back down, we're still eating. Combat is getting nasty. Groups of enemies no longer attack one at a time, they're gonna flank you. Flank you? Where's the honour? There's no more cursor directions or perfect block icons to assist your combat controls either. Life has no cursor highlights or timing help. If you want to be a real fighter, then you've got to learn to read your enemy's movements. No, I don't have any more advice than that. Do I sound like anyone who's ever won a fight? As you can see, this game is already bursting at the seams and still has so much more to come. If I've played the Convincer and you want to dive in or back into this world yourself, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is available now on PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro and Xbox Series X and S. And for all things KCD2, keep it IGN.